Setting up for a day of floor time. And yes, I said a day, probably just means a few hours. But what we've got here is we've got our Critterville small animal playpen. I have two of these attached together, and they are on top of a fleece blanket that I made by taking a large cut of fabric and slicing into fringe and tying the ends together. So that's a really simple way to make a fleece blanket, and I'm actually going to make a few more like that, except what I'm going to do now that I have the pets and the materials is put an absorbent layer in between the two fleece layers, so I can actually use them more practically for this, and I won't need things like the extra pad that I've got the hay on, for instance. So water bottle with kneaded pad to absorb spillage. We've got there another one of our plush pieces of furniture, and this one is a really nice cube. It's big enough for Pratchett to use too, and I can fold a 1x1 square in there. And when I say 1x1, for those of you unfamiliar with guinea pig terminology, I guess, I don't mean 1 foot by 1 foot, I mean 14 inches by 14 inches, which is the size of one grid in a standard grid set for when you are putting together a CNC cage. So we've got some fleece in here. I've got their fiddlesticks tunnel. I've got this great liner for inside of it. It's a mop cover from Daiso, the Japanese store. It's I was about to say the Japanese dollar store, but it's really the $1.50 store. Everything there starts at $1.50. And I've gotten some great things for the kids from there. For instance, the tiny little brush I use on Pratchett's fur is from Daiso. They have such cute animal stuff. And actually Clementine, hey, there's Clementine, is going for, yep, she chose the Daiso ball over Eric Cartman. And we love beating up Cartman, so they're a pretty cool store. So that ball that she's playing with cost $1.50, and she's already bored. But anyways, it is her favorite, I swear. If you're wondering what that green thing is, it's a pool noodle. I use them to fill in spaces underneath furniture so that the dog, Clementine's balls, don't roll under the furniture because it's really difficult to get them. So this way they kind of just bounce off. And I know, I'm brilliant. What can I say? And let's see, I think that's about it for now. So I'm going to go get the piggies, and we're going to put them in this setup, and they're going to get some fresh treats while they're in here. And yeah, that's about it. So let's go get them. Come on, silly boy. All right, so Pratchett, you get to be piggy number 1. Oh, relax, hon. It's okay. Yeah, good boy. All right, piggy number 1. Straight to your favorite tunnel. Don't eat the camera. Okay, let's get piggy number 2. Hi, River. Hi, Mom. Oh, don't run away. You're too fat to run. It makes me nervous. Okay, it's okay, sweetie. Good girl, good girl. Hey, there's my boy hiding from me again. And there's my little girl. Relax, stupid. All right, let's see. River, hi, River. Hey, sweetie, hi. What? You can go somewhere. Okay, and river song, here we are. Join your sister Sal and your husband. Alright, so you guys just got put out in reverse order of acquisition. Yes. Where's she going? Alright. now that I'm here, gonna have some better camera control. I love putting them in a new space. And to them, new means washed things too. So freshly washed items are new and they get excited about them. Or they just get excited about clean stuff. But Pratchett's got a fresh liner in there, so I'm sure that's exciting. And that's his favorite. I put it in the corner because he loves that. It makes him feel really secure. He can look out in two directions and feel safe in the other two. Oh, are we getting all frisky? She's not the one in heat. Pratchett, she's not, is she? I think River's in heat. I'm almost positive. Okay, I'm positive River was at least in heat yesterday. There was a lot of squealing and rumble strutting back and forth, a lot of flirting, and no actual consummation from what I saw. So, that might get on video today. So yeah, this is guinea pig courtship behavior. And guinea pig sows go into heat every 2 to 2.5 weeks roughly. It's a little over 2 weeks, their heat cycles. So when they're in heat, they will allow, was that a popcorn I missed? They will allow one encounter at least. Usually it's just one, maybe two, or maybe a bunch of little quickies. But that's it. That's the only time of the month that he gets any. And what's really funny about guinea pigs too is you might not have noticed because, well, they're not there to notice, but Pratchett does not have any testicles. He's neutered, but neutering a guinea pig doesn't change their drives. So he's still quite the sexually involved male. And so far, I know that it's worked out because I have found boar plugs in both girls. Boar plugs are created when, oh God, I bet you can guess, but when the boar ejaculates into the sow, his semen actually congeals to form what is a really hard rubbery substance, and that plugs up her vagina so nobody else can impregnate her. And while guinea pigs are not in heat, female guinea pigs produce their own mucus plugs to keep the vagina closed. So they literally are shut for business most of the time. So they can't, they definitely are restricted to the hormonal cycles for any sort of guinea pig hanky-panky. And from River's gregariousness, her noises, and the way he's chasing her around, yep, she's still in heat and he still hasn't. I didn't see a plug this morning. Well, I saw her mucus plug, so he's gonna get his. What's funny about River is she's so aggressive, so she'll like kind of mount him too. Now, what's funny is Melody is looking placid, like a little chill cow. With her head, listen to Pratchett. Buddy, you are loving this, aren't you? That's why I put you guys out here. I thought you might like it during your, you know, fun times. Woo! So Melody's all calm right now, and her cute little placid piggy cow self. But when she's in heat, woo! Yeah, she can be just as gregarious as River. Although in different ways. Pratchett, you're half ginger, but I see you. That was a warning. Guinea pigs pee backwards. well, not necessarily backwards, sometimes just straight down, but they can pee backwards, and Melody is quite the expert. She can always hit her target. It's a way to dissuade unwanted advances from suitors who may be a little too persistent at the wrong time of the month, or it's a way for her to get back at this one, who is quite an alpha female. Very, very dominant. You guys are all squeaking. Since the camera's running low on battery, what I'm gonna do is film a little bit more, make a cut, replace the battery, and then figure out a good place to prop this camera up. I just broke the tripod. I'm sorry, if I can push something with one finger and it snaps apart, then that just deserved to be broken. Yes, he is a lot bigger than they are. Pratchett is, very roughly, Pratchett's 3 pounds and the girls are each about 2 pounds. River is the smallest because Melody's got quite the jelly rolls on her. She's got some amazing rolls that you can see best when she's scrunched up. But River, the smallest guinea pig, a little over 900 grams, has the largest poos. Her poos are twice the size, they're twice the length of Pratchett's poos. And he is literally 1/3 again her size. So, no, 1/2 again, oh, whatever. Maths. I'm an English teacher. So it's really funny because skinny pigs lacking fur need to maintain body heat, etc. So they do a lot of ingestion, digestion. Whereas Pratchett doesn't need to do as much because he's got a more relaxed metabolism due to that beautiful, shiny, mostly agouti coat. And if you look at him, yeah, you look at him and you think, wow, that's a guinea pig. He looks like such a standard American guinea pig. He's probably what we'd call an American short hair, or just a short hair guinea pig. I haven't really, it's not like I've had a lot of personal interaction with them, but I haven't noticed any particular differences between, you know, an American short hair versus an English short hair guinea pig. They seem to just all be the same, which would make sense. Oh, listen to that. Ooh. It's like a little soap opera. Now, River was the first. I was ready for some new pets. I have my 2 dogs, and I have a couple of turtles in my backyard, and they are brood mating right now. It's like hibernating, but more sporadic. They get up now and then go back to sleep for a little while longer, sort of thing. But it had been a really long time before since I had any other mammals. And when Clementine, my rat terrier, brought me one morning a squeaking baby rat that seemed to be in absolutely fine condition, I was inspired and I got it a cage, and it was okay for a week, but it went downhill after the 2nd week, probably internal injury. She's popcorning. Popcorning is a way that I think it might be a South American rodent thing. It's a way that they show excitement. It's just these jumps, these hops straight up in the air. Sometimes they'll do leaps. They run around really fast and laps to show excitement as well. Guinea pig owners call these popcorns and zoomies. So when they're running around, that zoomies, and when they're bouncing because something is just awesome, like a little bucking bronco, they are doing popcorns. And the chinchillas do popcorns too, and they do zoomies too, but it's very rare that I'm able to catch them in the act, much less videotape them. Why are you harassing Melody? Is she in heat now too? Oh dear. Can you hear that guy? Listen to him. Hey ladies. She's like, what do you want, husband? What? You gonna tell me something? No? Then I'm out. Are you gonna have a love tunnel? Because you know you both can't fit in there and do the love thing. He's too big. Listen to that guy. So this is what we got a lot of. One reason that I put the tunnels where I did is because both of my sows are skinny pigs. They eat a lot more than Pratchett does, but he likes to keep an eye on his ladies, and he's very wary of being picked up. He absolutely hates it. Once you pick him up, he is a doll, and he is such a great lap pet, but he just hates being picked up. So he feels most comfortable hiding in a tunnel or a cubie or something where he can watch his ladies do their grazing and feel like he's doing his job. And sometimes, yes, he joins them, but they eat so much more than he... I should say he should. If you take a look at my boy, he's a little chubby. He's also long. He's just a bigger guinea pig, and skinny pigs are naturally smaller, and sows are smaller than boars. So my girls look so tiny with this big monster man, and I love how excited he is right now. I never get to see him really happy, because whenever I go in to watch them in their habitat, he usually, yeah, it's clean. I know. You're welcome. Yes, you're welcome, sweetie. Hi, where are you going? Yeah, that one's clean too. I don't know if he gets as excited about fresh laundry as the girls do, because their skin is, you know, actually touching so much surface. They prefer nice, dry, soft, clean things. And time for a new battery. All right, so I'll get back to you guys in a second. All right, so we got our new battery, and I realized I cut my own story off. I was explaining the origin of my piggies. All right, so I wanted a mammal. I had the rat that Clementine brought me, and it was dying, and I put it out of its misery, and it was really sad. So I had that cage, and it sat for a really long time, and about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, I got interested in getting pets again. And I got this brilliant idea that I wanted to do with naming a couple of girl rats, because I did want a pet rat. Then when I went to Petco, I found out they no longer sell pet rats because the basic story I get is rat bites kid, parents sue Petco because, you know, parents are idiots, which tells us a lot about rat bites kid, parents sue Petco. It tells us a lot about what people know about pets, doesn't it? So they didn't sell those anymore. But when I was looking for them, I saw this weird little furless rhinoceros hippo looking behind sticking out from a tiny little igloo. Yeah, we call them pigloos. I was like, what the hell is that? That is the weirdest but potentially cutest thing I've ever seen. And I couldn't really see her head at that time. But I saw the rest of her body and I was like, wow, she looks so much like a mini hippo. And I went home and I did research, loads and loads of research. I found out what I had read the label, skinny pigs, so I looked them up, found out what they were, and made the decision. And after work the next day, I bought River. And when I went back, they had another skinny pig there that they had just gotten in, that they were calling Freckles because she was pink and dotted with all sorts of freckles. And yeah, if you haven't guessed already, I went back 3 weeks later, and that's when we got Melody Pond. And Melody has changed so much physically from her appearance as a baby. Most of her freckles kind of ran together. And she was always younger and smaller than River, and then towards the end of last year, she started really just gaining and picking up, and look at that gorgeous fatty little pig. I think she likes the sun. And River, okay, Pratchett must be in his house now. I think I'll have to move around to the other side so we can get that cute piggy courtship action. But so I got those two. She's like, come on, baby. I'm just a cute little happy piggy. Nom, 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 nom. I've noticed something that River does when she's in heat is she will eat the random strands of hay that are on the floor around her rather than get further away from Pratchett. But if she has to, she will try and entice him. She's like, come on, boy. Oh, you guys are due for a nail trim. Guinea pigs can have curly nails, and River has very curly nails. You can see they curl sideways, and they've done that my entire life with her. They were curling sideways from the time she was a little piggy. Melody's are very straight, and Pratchett's are just kind of in between, I guess. His are more, like, I can use the dog clippers on his nails. They're a little larger. These girls are still, their nails are so small. I use a human toenail clipper for them. And I also have an electric file that I use because I don't want them scratching up their own skin, which happens. And it makes me nervous when it happens because they're so delicate. Okay, so moving around here, I'm going to grab this other chair and I'm going to pull it over to the other side. Yeah, I'm super clever, aren't I? So I can sit here and get a good view. Melody's in the cube. And is Pratchett in the turtle tunnel? Yep, he is. Here's River. Sometimes the dog barking scares them a bit. Usually they're pretty relaxed about it because I don't have the dogs in sight when they're barking, and when the dogs are out near them, it's usually when it's lap time and the dogs are, you know, snoozing on the sofa next to us, so. So one thing, another thing that's kind of different here is this hay is orchard grass, which I think of as their luxury treat hay because it makes their little piggy poos a little too soft and squishy. They're almost kind of wet, and it's gross. And my little buddy Pratchett in there, not so little, because he hates being picked up so much, he runs around the cage, and being 3 pounds, he squashes a lot of poos. And I'd rather have squashed dry poo that I can vacuum up or sweep up than squashed wet poo, which just sticks to the piggies and is nasty and gross. So they're really, okay, these are happy piggies. When they're making those noises, they're happy piggies. When they're eating something, they're happy piggies. And Pratchett is so funny, he's hiding in that cube. Burbling away. You happy, buddy? Look at that boy. He's so precious. So, what's the deal with Pratchett, right? Why do I have some, like, random regular guinea pig? Ugh. One of the many, many things I learned, and wow, there is so much to learn about guinea pigs. One thing that you learn when you get into a pet is how often that animal tends to be neglected or abandoned. And guinea pigs are longtime sufferers of the pet industry. For instance, guinea pigs cannot live healthy lives. And when I say healthy, I mean, you know, just regular, normal lives without at least one other guinea pig companion. Now, not all rodents are like that. As far as I know, and I may be wrong about this, but as far as I know, you can have a hamster on its own and it prefers that, and it's a very happy hamster. But with guinea pigs and other exotic rodents like chinchillas, they need a companion animal, and if you don't have a companion animal for them, they actually do manifest a physical depression, and it does endanger their health, shorten their lifespan, and make a miserable piggy. The other really important thing is guinea pigs need space. They need a lot of space. The mat that I've got the hay on right now, that's the size of larger guinea pig cages that you'll see in pet stores. And they are completely inappropriate because a guinea pig needs to run around. They have the need to move around a lot. They don't climb. They're strictly horizontal. That's one reason that I'm able to have short gates here. These are actually our second set. The first set was too short and River kept getting out. And these seem to be just tall enough for them. But guinea pigs need a lot of room to roam. That is their thing. They are grazers. So they want space to move around. And it's really, they need two things. They need another guinea pig and they need space. And while I have my two guinea pig girls, they are not fixed, and I read some apocryphal stuff that suggested that having boar is good for prevention of ovarian issues in female guinea pigs. Yes, guinea pigs have, oh my gosh, a lot of the same health issues that human beings do. Guinea pig females tend to develop ovarian cysts, that sort of thing. and having a man around is supposed to help with that. I don't know if it's pheromones, hormones, what it is, but I also wanted a trio, not just a duo. From everything I'd read, it seems safer to have 3 guinea pigs because then if you lose one, you've still got those 2 together, and they're good. And a lot of consideration when raising guinea pigs has to do with what happens when they die. Guinea pigs live, a healthy guinea pig seems to live on average 6 to 7 years, but a lot of guinea pigs do pass earlier than that. So they have very short lifespans, and because they're social animals, provisions need to be made. You need to provide for them to have a social life in case one of their buddies does die. So we went to the Los Angeles Guinea Pig Rescue in Chatsworth, California. And it was quite a drive from where we are down by Long Beach. But the girls, I put them in their carrier, and we brought the old rat cage in case we did go home with someone. Because with guinea pigs, you have to date them. So when you want a new guinea pig, the best thing to do is to take your pigs and that new guinea pig and have them meet in a neutral territory. That's how you've got to introduce guinea pigs. And so I took them to the rescue, and what they usually do is what they had for us was they had like 3 good ideas for potential partners. I told them I needed a neutered boar. And Pratchett was actually the first one we put in, and it was harmony at first sight, not love at first sight. It's very different with guinea pigs, and I'll be back after I answer my phone. So back to Pratchett's story. No, I have no idea what's going on right here. I walked in on this after taking a phone call. So we went to the guinea pig rescue, and Pratchett was the first boy that we put together with these 2 girls, and they got along. There is video of it. Vice Media has a very brief program called Das Cute. Yeah, German, whatever. Anyways, so it involves a handsome veterinarian playing with animals. So what happened was the day that we went to go try our adoption out, this film crew was there. So it's like, all right, yeah, let's get my girls in the media. I'll be a stage guinea pig mom. So that tape's out there, but we definitely fudged a bit because this Pratchett was their first introduction, and it just went too well. So then we took advantage of River's tenacious attitude and did a few fudges with some other piggies so we could see what it looked like when they did not get along. When they don't get along, there is instantly fighting. When they do get along, they're just kind of like, hey, what's up? You smell okay? Nibble, nibble. You seem right. All right, you're cool. Let's hang out. Share some lettuce. That is a very positive interaction when you see that with guinea pigs. And what the hell is going on? Melody, what were you guys doing? Yes, I'm laughing at you because you're both like worshiping his butt or something. What's going on there? With the king? Now together, those girls are 4 pounds, and on his own, he's 3 pounds. So I guess if they decided to take him on in a fight, they'd have some chance, but he's got all that armor fur, and look at these poor naked babies. So Pratchett, when we got him, was just over a year old, and he had been neutered And let's see, he had been surrendered to the rescue in April. His label said he was 10 months old at that time, and we got him in July. And it really was just instant get along with guinea pigs. I don't know if there is instant love. When it came to bonding Melody and River, it was very difficult, and there was blood, but they did get on okay. With Pratchett, it was just so relaxed. They just kind of all three sniffed at each other and were like, all right, you're cool. And he loves doing this in his tunnels, and he flattens them out this way, and it's so annoying. What? Look at him. Is this you and your harem? Guys, I put you on floor time so you could be active and cute. That is really very strange. I'm probably going to give them a bit of veg, and then I'm recovering from surgery. I'm really tired. I'm probably going to take a nap while they enjoy more floor time, and then I'll put them away and they can have their dinner at that point. What I love is that, you know, it's a clean area, so there's still very little poo, and of course there's a poo right there. It's relatively clean to film. I hear guinea pig. Is that River or Pratchett? I think it's probably River. I see her ear shaking, which means she's chewing. When she's happy and content and chewy, she'll make those sounds. What silly, silly kids. So, there are my babies. I highly recommend them if you have enough room, and if you want a lap pet that is a lot easier than a dog or a cat. These guys are confined to their habitat, wherever that is, and all of their mess is confined to that area too, which is nice. But guinea pigs make amazing lap pets. They really do. They are great to hold and pet. They love it. They are much better at being lap dogs than my dogs are. Yeah, it's my sweeties. I think I should leave them alone now. All right, you guys have a good rest then, I guess.